So in this video, I'm going to show you guys a quick version of how I updated my counters. When I moved into my house, the one thing that I absolutely hated was the peanut butter top counters with the black cabinetry. So I decided to change it with a black and marble sticker vinyl. So the first part that I did was that back hump of each of the counter spaces. I wanted to do that first because I felt like that would be the most complicated part. I also did not want to run out of vinyl without at least having one part that was completely cohesive. And so as you can see, I started off on the back part and then I did that around the full perimeter of the kitchen counters. And the way that I placed the vinyl on the flat top part of the counter was just either left to right or up to down, depending on the space that I had. This is just me continuing on with the rest of the kitchen. And I actually used a screen printing squeegee. I felt like that was actually really cool. At first I started off with a smaller scraper type of thing, but then I realized the pressure that I needed and the evenness worked very well with the screen printing squeegee. Another tool that was extremely helpful during this project was my yardstick, especially in this back corner. It is a very difficult corner for me for some reason. I spent a lot of time on this because I didn't want to cut. I wanted the lines to be exact. And I'm kind of a perfectionist, so the ruler definitely helped. First, I marked where my space was based off of how it felt, really. It was difficult because the lines and everything, there's a grid on the back side, but in order to do that, I would have had to flip it, and I don't know, my mind just wasn't working. And so that part took about the longest. And then here you can see I'm going from left to right. It was a lot more surface area. And so I felt like if I did back to front, it would have taken more of the vinyl. If not more of the vinyl, definitely more time. And I also didn't want a bunch of different lines. I wanted it to look more seamless. So I started off from that left side and then I went all the way to the right side towards the sink. This is a picture of the tools that I used. And that's my knife box that I am going to cover as well. And here is the finished product. Hey, I was so excited. I'm still excited. Every time I walk in the kitchen, I smile. It took a couple of hours. I stopped in between time, went and got some pizza. So it wasn't too bad. This was the last part of it that I did. For some reason, I'm not even for some reason, I was exhausted by this time, half sleep. And so this one really, you would think I started on this counter, but this was the last counter that I did. But I ended up moving stuff around as well. My microwave used to be in that back corner, but I ended up putting it here next to the refrigerator. And it just is more cohesive. I absolutely love my new kitchen. I'm also going to take off all of the handles and fixtures on the drawers and stuff and spray paint those gold. So those are not silver any longer. And I'm either going to replace the light or spray paint it gold as well. I'm also going to do something with the refrigerator handle. But anyway, this is just footage of me doing the box, and I really like how it looked when it's sitting on the counter. You kind of overlook the knives. It kind of blends in perfectly, and it just gives it a different aesthetic that I really like. It almost looks like the knives are floating, as my sister said. It was a really fun project. You guys should try it.